That's my name. The tsunami swept away my car, and my house was burned down by the fire afterwards. My sons must be very worried about me. The phone lines are bad, and I can only send out one text message. I just want to let my family know that I'm alive, and I'm staying here.
Everything has turned upside down. After the tsunami, our house was gone. We lost everything. I was desperate to save my grandchildren. Here in the shelter, everyone is helping each other, and we are being provided with blankets. So I feel like we will be able to hang on.
Our reporter Yongi Khan sent us this report from Tsunami in Miyagi Prefecture.
I've been standing on a hill overlooking the city of Tsunami, Miyagi Prefecture, and the city sits on a Pacific coastline, and the coastline draws the shape of a bow. Now, about 2 days have passed since the massive earthquake hit Japan, and people are still trying to restore their ordinary lives. Now, we've been telling you how the city is one of the hardest hit in Japan by Friday's earthquake and the massive tsunamis that followed it, and about 2/3 of the city was actually destroyed by Friday's earthquake and the gigantic tsunamis. However, the place where I am right now is largely unhurt, and the houses are not destroyed, as you can see over there. And it's partly because this part of the city actually sits on a hill, but there's still a lot of inconvenience for the people who are living in this area, as well as people who are living down there. And that's because there's no electricity, no gas, and no water supply, and many of the stores are actually closed. And more importantly, people are living in constant fear of further aftershocks, which could be quite damaging. Now, to give you an idea of how difficult life is for people living in this area, our crew left Tokyo at about 11 a.m. yesterday, and it actually took us about 1 day to get here. And on the way here, we saw hundreds of people lining up in front of supermarkets and drugstores to get daily necessities and groceries. And that's all from me, Yongi Khan, reporting from Tsunami, Miyagi Prefecture. Back to the studio.
That was our reporter Yongi Khan. Now, the scale of the damage from Friday's earthquake and tsunami is becoming clearer as rescue and relief efforts move into high gear.
A tsunami wave slammed into the coast, crushing buildings. Nearly all areas of Rikuzen Takata City in Iwate Prefecture were devastated. Most of the buildings in the area were demolished. Some concrete structures survived. At an emergency shelter, people were desperately searching for the names of family members in the evacuees list.
My husband hasn't come here yet. He left the home a little later than me. Our house was swept away.
I'm looking for my son's wife. I have no idea which shelter she is in.
Residents rushed to the Soma City Hall in Fukushima Prefecture, seeking information about the whereabouts of loved ones.
My son might have been engulfed by the tsunami. I hope he is taking shelter somewhere and struggling to locate him.
A massive fire broke out Friday in Tsunami City, Miyagi Prefecture. Smoke was still billowing on Saturday morning. Firefighters had a difficult time battling the blaze as they had to evacuate every time a tsunami struck.
You're watching NHK World's Newsline.